Next, we're going to talk about how to monitor your faxes, whether they're incoming or sent faxes, or so that you can see what you've sent or what you've received in the past, and delete. So the first option, and the simplest option, is you can highlight your fax-no reply messages, or do a search, sort by subject, and hit fax-no reply. If you want to see only sent faxes, you can click on one of the sent messages, sort by subject, and now you have a history of your sent messages, providing you haven't deleted them from your inbox. And at some point I will be doing that, so that I won't be able to see these messages. Same with fax received. You can sort by fax-no reply in the from column, and then change your subject sort to fax received, and it shows all of the received faxes that you've gotten. There's some forwards in here. Those are faxes that I've forwarded or someone has forwarded to me to show that they've received them. Notice here from these people. Again, this only works as long as you keep them in your inbox. Now, deleting these messages does not delete the faxes from the system. In order to do that, we actually have to log into the web console for XMedius Fax, and that I'll show you how to do right now. First thing you need to do is open up a web browser, whether it be Internet Explorer or Chrome. I'm going to show you an Internet Explorer because it's a little easier to create the shortcut that you can use to log into it in the future. So here we go, opening this up. The URL is XMedius/fax. And again, nobody's going to remember that, so we're going to create a favorite and a shortcut for that. And when that opens, it comes into this fax status window, where you can see inbound history, outbound history, outgoing queue if there's a message being sent that you want to monitor. And again, you can go to the inbound history, you can view your faxes, you can view information about your faxes, or you can delete your faxes. You can check this and delete all faxes by highlighting that and clicking the delete. Or you can check individual faxes and delete those faxes. You can mark them as viewed, you can mark them as unviewed, you can forward the faxes to a different number, or again, you can just observe your stats. It's recommended that you go through here once in a while just to most of these faxes that I've sent, for example, are all test faxes. So I'm not going to keep them when I'm done with this training process. I'll only keep legitimate faxes that I've actually received, and then again I'll typically have done something with the attached files, saved them off on the network somewhere, so that there's no need to keep them in here. Now, to show you how to get to this in the future, you can add this as a favorite. By clicking Favorites, Add to Favorites, XMedius Fax folder, and so save it to your favorites. And then you can go into your favorites, scroll down to where you saved that, do a right-click hold, and then drag out and create shortcut. So now you have a desktop shortcut to check your fax status anytime you want. And again, opening this takes you right to your fax status window. It typically goes to the outbound queue or outgoing queue first. I'm not sure why it does that. It doesn't really matter. You can just click on your inbound history. You see all faxes you've received that you have not deleted. Outbound history, all faxes you've sent. And your outgoing queue for messages that are pending to be sent. In your outbound history, you'll see faxes that may have failed. I don't have any at this point. I deleted the ones that I did have while we were testing this process. But typically, if the fax has failed, there'll be some sort of an error code. If the fax failed to send, you'll also receive this as an email. You'll see instead of fax sent in the email, you'll see fax failed to send or error sending fax. It'll be something like that in the subject line indicating that there's an error. If you open up the message, then you'll see some sort of an error code in here. Otherwise, you'll see it in the fax window. You'll see the error code there. If you get an error sending a fax, the first thing I'd recommend is to try to send it again. Could have been a problem with the fax number being busy. Maybe they're receiving a high volume of faxes at the destination, so you got to wait your turn. The system will typically try to resend a fax. I believe it's 5 times. After it's sent, or after it's failed to send 5 times, you'll get an email message after each failed attempt with an error code. If that error code's the same, I will typically say that you should just email that to BEIIT team so we can research the error and figure out what the problem is. It could be a problem on the customer's end with their fax line, and there could be a problem on our end. Maybe something's gone wrong with our IP gateway with the fax system, so I may need to take action on the fax server itself. But either way, let me know of any error messages so we can take care of them. And that's it in a nutshell, how you view and monitor your faxes, the status of your faxes. The XMedius fax status window here makes it really easy to manage your fax list so that you can delete or review your faxes, or you can even from there you can send your faxes again.